were saying just having, what are some of the other challenges you have to juggle in making besides the students making the building secure? How do you prioritize what you can and can't do?
You mean as far as weighing other measures, like should we put metal detectors in?
Yeah.
Well, I think we have to remember that it's a school, and it's funny. We just had a guest speaker come to our school last Friday for Superintendent's Conference Day, and he's a world-renowned speaker, and his theme is inviting schools, creating schools that are inviting places. And one of our other administrators asked the question, how do you create inviting schools and make sure they're secure and safe for everybody? And that is a little bit of a balancing act too. But every school and every district's got to make their own decisions. A good example is, do I think we should install metal detectors in our school? No, I don't. Number one, I don't think they're effective. I think if a person wants to get something into a school, they can and will, or into a building, they can and will. And secondly, I think it really changes the atmosphere in your school. And I'm not willing to do that yet. I should say yet. I didn't think that we'd be. Probably when I started as a principal 20 years ago, I probably didn't think we'd need cameras in the school. And I'm arguing for more cameras now, so who knows what you think down the road.
Times have changed.
Yeah, times have changed, yeah.
There was some measures in a building project.
We should talk about that.
Yeah.
One of the major things in the building project, I'm not sure you were around then. Yeah. The building project was a $75 million project that included a new school. It included like a field house and artificial surface field and all kinds of stuff. But one of the main things in it was redesign of all the school entrances to improve the security. What would have happened then is no doors would have been open except the main doors right out here, and it would have been redesigned so when you walk in that front door, you're in the main office, which would prevent anybody from getting any further into the school without going through the main office. That's still part of the plan, but the project was defeated. I don't think the project was defeated because of that. I think it was because of all their stuff. So the Board of Education is refocusing on that project. I know that they're going to continue to have the security measures in there, but they'll be probably cutting some other things out. So eventually, but that's a few years away too. You can't wait for that to happen. It's going to be, by the time it's approved, built, it's probably at least 2 years away from that. And every school in the district will have that.
With the limited time, money, and all these different scenarios, the different measures you can take, how do you prioritize it? Do you consult with a security firm?
We've had Monroe County Sheriffs come in and do a security check for our building. Every once in a while we do that. I say every once in a while, every couple of years, typically they'll walk through our building during a school day. We know they're here, but nobody else really knows they're here, to point out where our weaknesses are. That helps a lot when they do that. And we'll probably do that again this year. We didn't do it last year. Because, as much as I'm not a security expert, nor is anybody really that's in education, the educators, we need advice from people on the outside. So we rely on Monroe County Sheriffs. They've been great. We have a good relationship with them. There are private firms that would do it. We even have private firms do it, but that's helpful. They can point out things you need to, plug the holes here or whatever. I don't know what the reason is that more of them seem to be suburban. They certainly do though. There's no doubt there's a trend there. The reason? I don't know. But I think one of the things I said in my email to parents that you might have read is, and I've always said this, we'd all like to think it won't happen here and can't happen here. You cannot think that way. I'm sure every one of those schools felt that way. I don't think any administrators feel that way. I don't think anybody in schools feel that way.
Anymore, no.
Yeah, I think sometimes the public, the parents and community may be a little more comfortable than we are.
Do you think situations like that have been in the media recently? Do you think parents would be more, the public, the residents would be more apt to vote on yes on these?
I think so. Yeah, I think even though I think some community members may feel confident that it wouldn't happen here, we certainly don't feel that way. We know we were as vulnerable as anybody in the country. But at the same time, I think those same people, given the choice of improving security reasonably or not, would vote yes. If the district puts up our security measures on a separate ballot, I'd be totally confident it would pass. We struggle with this school because of the number of entrances. We announced today that now instead of having 4 entrances open, we're only going to have 2, and they'll be manned, which is new. But that doesn't mean that over by the cafeteria, where we have an outdoor picnic area, what do you do about that? We have an outdoor picnic area where kids are allowed to go for lunch on nice days like today. And those doors are locked at all times, and we do have a person there too, but all it takes is for the last kid to forget to open the door. There's an adult there, so it shouldn't happen, but that just brings out extra challenges. Kids going in and out for phys ed. The phys ed teacher should be sure, but it just adds to the challenges by having more activities, I think, more entrances, more kids. Parents need to be alert. They need to listen to their kids. They need to communicate with us. One of the most frustrating things for administrators is when we don't know about something that we can address, So, the announcements with the kids, emails to the parents, there's something we put into our newsletter at the beginning of every school year. As a result of Combine, we've been putting it in every year for the last 5 or 6 years. If you are aware of something, if you are concerned about something, if you are suspicious about anything, contact us. It's better to be err on the safe side and let us know, and we'll look into it, than to think, oh, it's fine. That's the biggest responsibility parents have, to be alert and to communicate with us. Same thing we ask kids. It's a challenge, and you have to know your community. What's right in Pittsburgh may not be what fits our needs, and what's right in the city of Rochester may not be what's right in Syracuse. You have to know your community. You have to listen, and you have to be open to making changes. And I think most principals, I'm always nervous about this, always. None of us want to have a terrible thing happen in their school. And I also think there's a little bit of anxiety about it because principals like to have control. You don't have control over this. You just don't. And so there's that uneasiness of, should we be doing something else? Are we doing too much? And no matter what, I don't think you feel like there. That's taken care of. There's always that little bit of doubt in mind. We're not comfortable with that.
For MPNNow.com, I'm Amy Cavalier.